Whether it is hunting or sporting events, archery has been around for a very long time, and today it makes its debut as Event 5 of the VALVIK Marble League. Hello everybody, my name is Frankie and welcome back to Archery. Last time out in the league, the Peculiar Peaks took gold in the relay and are just 1 point ahead of second place Carbons. So, archery. Each team will have to send out 3 individual members to run in this little course. They will go down the ramp and get launched by the spinner into the target. Our demonstration team here is showing some of the different lines that the marbles may take. They can bounce against the wall to correct their trajectory, or they can wait a little bit just to get that perfect launch. Additionally, we've given the marbles tracers so that we can easily see their trajectory. So here's the lineup for today. Our teams are running in reverse championship orders, and it's a good time for all the teams to try out reserves and new members. We start off with the Balls of Zen, who had quite a tricky start to the season so far. They've also had a lineup change as well. As you can see, the third marble over there is their previous coach, Balance, now becoming the reserve. That's a 2 to start. Second marble rolling in now. They get launched by the platform, and they manage to correct themselves in 7, almost close to the bullseye here. And here's the new reserve, Balance. What can they do? They get launched, and that's another 7. Not bad from the Balls of Zen. I think that's going to be 16. As you can see from the replay here, they get launched really high up, but then they manage to correct themselves with that wall over there, which is not bad. 16 for the Balls of Zen. Next up are Flaming Cherries, who are also trying out their reserve, Garnet, but it's Captain Cardinal to run first. They get launched, and it's a 5 to start. Burgundy goes next, having a little bit of a trouble getting into the platform, but they manage to get in. They're rolling down now, and that's a 1 from Burgundy. Garnet to run next. Last marble for the Garnet. So far they have 6, the Flaming Cherries. What can Garnet do? And that's going to be a 6, which means that they can only get 12. But that is a very unusual launch from that second marble. They're a bit too eager there, and they can't really get to they get to the spinner as it's horizontal, and they get launched right by the spinner into the 1 zone essentially. That's only 12 for the Flaming Cherries in second. Elegant Lilies now, who've also had a bit of a dip down the standings. Let's see what they can do. First marble to run first. And get launched, and that's a 4. Almost the same run as the Flaming Cherries, but they're able to keep it a bit more controlled. Second marble now. Get launched high into the sky, and they get corrected by the wall, and it's a 10. It's a bullseye for the Elegant Lilies. First bullseye of the day. So far they have 14. They need 3 more points to beat the Balls of Zen. And they can't seem to do it. They get launched up super high in the air, and they can't really seem to correct themselves, and they land into the 1. But that was a very good bullseye from the Elegant Lilies. Look at that. Straight into the center, pretty much. Not bad, but that 1 will hurt them. It's 15 for the Elegant Lilies in second, but we have a lot more runs left to go. Ube Stars, another team that's had a change of members. As you can see, that last marble over there. Taro, the newcomer. So far, Captain Kamote, only 6. What can Ube do? Oh, and that's gonna be another 1 for the Ube Stars as well. The same problem that the Elegant Lilies had earlier. Next up, newcomer Taro. What can they do? They have 7 right now, the Ube Stars. They get launched really high up, but it's only gonna be a 3. That's only gonna be 10. So far, it's the worst run of the day. Unfortunate too. Yeah, look at that. They get launched up really high into the sky, and then they can't seem to correct themselves with that wall. And they're kind of trying to save it by bouncing a little bit high, but it still lands in the 1. Unfortunate. 10 for the Ube Stars. Hammerheads now, a team with a tendency to finish 8th in every other event. What can they do better this time? That's a 3 to start. So super close to the 5, but that can only be a 3. Second marble now. With a 7, so far they have 10. They need at least 7 points to beat the Balls of Zen in first. And they can't seem to do it. It's the same problem that the Flamin' Cherries had earlier. And it's a 1. That's going to be 11 for the Hammerheads. Yeah, look at that. They just a bit too eager into that spinner. And then they get completely launched into the number 1. That's unfortunate. Scorperiors now. With the reserve going first, Arthropod. I get launched. It's a very good correction. Now it's almost a 10. It's a 7. Second marble now, Pincer. A very good launch into the 8. Almost a straight launch. Super close to the 10 as well. But what can Team Captain Jab do? They get launched really high, but they can't do much. It's a 2. But I do think we have a new leader. Look at that launch from Pincer of the Scorperius. That's very, very good to get into the 8. Super close to the 10 as well. Scorperius take the lead for now with 17. Team Whiteout now, our most recent silver medalist in the relay. First marble to go, and it's already a 1 to start. Unfortunate. Second marble now. That's a 5, not bad. So far they have 6. And that's a 10. That's a bullseye from Team Whiteout. Not bad. But that 1 at the start will hurt them. That's 16 ahead of Balls of Zen, but behind Scorperius. I think that's going to be second, and it is second for Team Whiteout. Run 8 now. We're at the halfway point here with the Sky Scouts, a team that hasn't had any medals but somehow managed to find themselves in 9. Captain Avian, what can they do? Very good correction and land in the 7. Not bad. It's right to go now. And a very interesting line from right there. Managed to hit the wall and land in the 8. That's 15 so far. Next up, Strato. What can they do? That's not bad. 7, an 8, and a 5. I think we might have a new leader. Look at that, very interesting. They managed to see that they were a bit too eager, and then they managed to hold on just a little bit, just to get that better launch from the spinner to land in the 8. Not bad. So, halfway point. The Sky Scouts are in the lead with 20 points. Scorperius and Team Whiteout and Balls of Zen round out the top 4. Upe Stars at the moment in last. Violet Vermin now. That's an 8 to start. Very good launch there. Second marble now. I believe that's Team Captain Hazard. And that's another 8. They have 16 right now. They need 5 points to beat the Sky Scouts and take the lead. And they can't do it. The same problem that 2 teams had so far, Hammerheads and Flamin' Cherries. But look at that amazing launch from Team Captain Hazard over there. They managed to see how the spinner was rotating, and they get a straight launch so close to the bullseye as well. Second for Violet Vermin. Tabbies now. I think that's kind of been up and down so far. What can they do this time? Very high launch up there into a 3. Second marble now, managed to correct themselves to the wall. 5, super close to the 7 there, unfortunate. Last marble now, they have an 8 at the moment. And that's going to be a very high launch, and that's another 3. Average. 2 3s and a 5. That's going to be 11 for the Tabbies. Unfortunately so, because they didn't really have any mistakes or issues. It's just that they haven't had any spectacular runs. Golfbirds now, and it's Team Captain Condor that goes first. That's a very good launch. That's an 8 to start. Second marble now. And that's a 10. They have 18. They need 3 points to beat the Sky Scouts. And it's reserve birdie to run. What can they do? An unfortunate disaster for the Golfbirds. birdie will land in the 1. That is unfortunate after the brilliant performance that the other two had. The third marble just can't seem to get it together. Same problem that the Ube stars had earlier as well. Just get launched really high up in the air and then they can't correct themselves by bouncing on the wall. Unfortunate, and it's less of a launch into the 1 and more of a sad roll into the 1. Second for the Golfbirds. Alright, Poison Darts now, and you'd think with a name like that they'd be able to do well in this event. It's Venom to run first. And that's a 6. 6 to start. Next up it's Toxin. That's a 4. So far they have 10. What can Captain Archer do? And it's a 7. 17 for the Poison Darts. For a team that's always consistently in the top 8, that's not a bad performance, ahead of a lot of runners. But look at that launch. Very clean, very solid. A tad too high for the bullseye, but it's still 5th for the Poison Darts, keeping with their very consistent performances. Sailors now are winners in the funnels. First launch, and it's a 6 to start. Second marble now. And that's a 1. Unfortunate. 7 so far. They can't challenge the top 3 right now, even if they get a bullseye. And they're almost. That's a 7. Unfortunate for that second marble of the Sailors. Again, same problem that a lot of teams had. A little bit too eager, and then the spinner just launches them straight into the 1. Cue balls now are winners in event 2, the Swing Wave. 9 ball to go first. And 9 ball with a good correction, almost close to the bullseye, they get a 7. 11 ball now, the red marble. A 6, a very good launch there. And finally 12 ball. They have 13 right now due to cue balls. And they get another 6. That's going to be 19 for the cue balls. That's definitely going to be podium, but it's not going to be enough to challenge the Sky Scouts. And this means that they are guaranteed at least bronze with 2 runs left to go. Look at that, very good launch from 12 ball of the cue balls, and they get 3rd for now. 2 runs left, and it's the Carbons to run first, our gold winners in the first event, the sprint. Very good launch, and they have a 7 to start. Second marble now. And again, same problem that they had, that's a 1. Unfortunately, that's not going to be enough to challenge the Sky Scouts. They are guaranteed silver, whatever the reserve does, and it's a 4. That is unfortunate. I think that's going to be bottom half. Again, same problem that a lot of teams had with that second marble from the Carbons. They get launched right into the 1. 12 for the Carbons in 11th. Our last team now, our current championship leaders, the Peculiar Peaks. What can they do? First marble. Ooh, brilliant 8th to start. It's very good so far. Second marble, Himalaya, I believe. Having a little bit of trouble to get into that zone, but they managed to get in now. And it's a 1. They can't do it. They cannot. That's another 1. They cannot beat the Sky Scouts, even with a bullseye. Whatever this marble does, they cannot get gold. And they're not going to be able to do it. That's going to be a 2 for the Peculiar Peaks, which means that the Sky Scouts get gold in the archery. Look at that. A very good launch there from the first marble from the Peaks. But then it just falls apart for them. It's going to be 13 for our championship leaders. Unfortunate for them, but fortunate enough for the Sky Scouts. Their first gold. Golfbirds and cue balls round out our podium. Congratulations to our podium finishers. Cue balls, Golfbirds, and our gold medalists, the Sky Scouts. Sky Scouts fly high and get gold. Congratulations also to cue balls and Golfbirds. They both return to the podium. So, in the championship, the Cue Balls take the lead, only 4 points ahead of the Sky Scouts and Golf Birds. Carbons dropped to 4th, equal on points with the Poison Darts. Peculiar Peaks dropped 5 spots into 6th. That's gonna be it from us today. We'll see you next time at Block Pushing. Goodbye.